everybody, hello and welcome as always. I'm Sean. This is In The Mix, episode number 14, that's 15, 14 of our Pentagon challenge, and another huge one because we've got our first chance at silverware today. We've also got a very interesting end to the Chinese Super League season. We've got a whole bunch we're going to get through. Today's going to be a little bit of a marathon because I'm trying to bring you guys multiple games throughout the course of the episode. So let's not waste too much time. Let's jump straight in and see what we've got planned. So first and foremost, up above my head there, you can see in fourth position, Shenyang Urban, 29 games played, 15 wins, 5 draws, 9 defeats during that period, plus 12 goal difference, 50 points, currently sitting in the top 4, the Champions League spots, which is where we need to be. I never really entertained the thought that potentially we could win the Champions League without winning the divisional title in the Super League because of that top 4 finish, but there is a chance that we might sneak in there today, and so far the season has been far beyond our expectations. Media prediction was that we would finish bottom. I think we were 1,000 to 1 odds to actually get anywhere near the title picture. We're not quite there, but top 4 is exceptional in that regard. I was hoping to finish maybe top 10 and then maybe next season jump on and start talking about potentially Champions League qualification. But thankfully, we've had some fantastic runs throughout the course of the save and the series. If you didn't check out the last episode, that immense 4-4 draw with Dalian, we actually started the season really well this time out. Undefeated through our first 8 games, we did really well. We had a pretty rough spell after that, mainly due to international call-ups and playing 2 of the better sides in the division, Shandong and Changchun. We had a fantastic run throughout the course of August as well. There was a 7-game spell here where we didn't drop any points, which is fantastic to see. Again, we kind of ran into Shandong and Changchun again. They did finish as the top 2 in the regular season. And some big performances as well. Did the double over Beijing throughout the course of the season, which I don't think we'd really done up until that point. Double over Guangzhou as well. Most of our defeats as well, like hard-fought defeats. I think a 3-0 defeat to Changchun was the worst it got for us throughout the course of the season, so no one's been really like belting us at any point, which is encouraging. Really, the big challenge, the portion that we've been trying to work towards, is our squad isn't that deep. So if we get into scenarios where like starting players aren't available to start for a particular game, there is quite a drop off to the quality of the next player that comes in, but more about that as we go through the lineups. We have also gone on a fantastic run in the Chinese FA Cup. We were only expected to be competitive, but we made it through to the final, which is going to be played over 2 legs, as you guys will see in today's episode. We're going to play against Tianjin Jinmenu, or Tianjin Tater, I think they used to be called back in the day. That one should be interesting because we just played them in the league and beat them 3-0. So hopefully we can, if we get good performances or performances to that level, maybe get ourselves our first real win in China, our first piece of silverware and our first Chinese FA Cup. Not going to waste too much time though. We're going to jump in and do the first leg of that cup final now. And this is the lineup that we're going to go with. So the only 2 real outs we've got, Jiang Lei, who's a backup striker anyway. I don't think he'd start, even if he was fully fit. And the other one is Yanatis, one of our Brazilian players that we introduced in the last episode. He's been out for quite a while. He's got another 2 to 4 weeks to go. So I'm not sure if we will actually see him in this final episode. There's a couple other knocks to be wary of. Zhang Wei isn't 100% fit, but I'm going to try and get him out there. Oh, it's saying that he's failed his fitness test. You know what? We're going to go after it anyway. Who cares? Zhuang Qin will come in on the right-hand side for Unitas. Otherwise, it's pretty close to a full-strength lineup. We have done really well at keeping our full-strength 11 fit throughout the course of the season and ready to play in the majority of the games, which has helped us quite a bit. You'll see that Juarez Marais has also had a bit of a knock. We had Yu Min Kun miss a couple of weeks as well with a few injuries here and there, but otherwise we've kept mostly this starting 11 out there each and every week. We are starting with the home leg first. We're going to go with our attacking instruction, and then if we have a lead to defend, potentially we might look at going a little bit more defensive or a little bit more possession-based away from home in the second leg. But I'm not going to try and bring every highlight. I'm just going to try and bring you guys the key highlights because we're trying to get 3 games in today. Team talk, we're just going to tell everyone we've got faith in them. I think Tianjin have lost 4 of their last 5, including a defeat to us in that 3-0. So we are hopefully going to turn the screws on them here a little bit and give ourselves something to defend in the second leg. First highlight of the match is a long one forward. Marais should bring it back down for us and play Souza, who's probably our best player in dribbling and 1v1 situations. Zhang Qin gets goal side and goes for the drive. Could have been a huge little uptick there if we had gotten an early goal, but at least the first highlight has gone our direction. That's what we need. They've got a corner here, flicked on. Now it might be Qin to come the other way again. He's got Zhang Wei in support. He's going to look to try and cut back inside. Vasil with the ball over to Souza, and it's an excellent save from Jiang Yu as well. Forces it out for the corner. Howe with the one in, and it's cleared away. Through 30 minutes, so we're going to use a demand more shout just to try and give everyone some focus through to halftime. No highlights we've seen for Tianjin first. Deep free kick here, though, just as I've said that. Curse of the commentator. Tries to put it back in. Carvalho, wide left. They let it run in midfield. got some decent players. Demol on the right-hand side we have to keep an eye out for. He's got, I think, like 10 or 12 goals so far this season, and he's gotten goal side, and it's an excellent save from Yu Min Kun, forcing it out for the corner kick. And at halftime, it's 0-0, but we are on top as far as the highlights and the stats are concerned. I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance so far. Everyone seems motivated. And then we're going to give it a couple more minutes before we look to make any changes. I'm probably not going to force Zhang Wei, given that he's on a 6.4 all the way through this match, which might mean we have to get a little bit creative in some of our subs. We're at the hour mark now, so we're going to make those changes. All right, we're going to make 3. So Sousa's going to go up top for us, which he can do it. He's not great at it, but that's needs must. Chaoru will come in on the left-hand side. Miao Yi is going to join in midfield with Wang An coming off, and then Bai Lang, our right back, is going to come off because he's picked up a yellow card. So we're going to make 3, which is a little bit risky with 30 minutes remaining. I'm also going to throw out a demand more shout. And if you're paying attention to those star ratings, you will have seen like the quality of player that we've just brought on is not the same as the ones that have come off. So if maybe potentially we're heading towards a 0-0 draw in this one. But 10 minutes remain, we're going to hit demand more. As we get into injury time, 3 minutes, there is a throw in here, left-hand side. Won it back in a good area, but it's cleared straight back to the Tianjin defence. And a goal here for either side might be potentially cruel unless we get it, and then I'll be very happy. Ball over the top. Sousa was in the area, but it's cleared away well by Carvalho. Now, Chia Tong to Demol, who's been the main danger man for them from what we've seen in a couple of highlights. Keong's gotten goal side, and thankfully, he rifles one into the side netting. Bit of a late scare there, but full time, 0-0 in the end. Doesn't kill us, but not the greatest result. I'm just going to say unlucky, boys, and no one seems to have responded too badly. I thought it was 2 legs, so I'm not sure why all of the Team Talk stuff was saying that it's a cup final, or that we've lost a cup final, but we do have that second leg to come. But before then, we've got Qing Dao, who we've played a couple of different times. They came up as champions when we were promoted into the Super League. And similar to us, they've jumped up this season into the top 4 discussion. They're currently in 3rd spot. We could leapfrog them with a win. If we lose and Tianjin or Beijing pick up points, we could drop out of those top 4 spots, which would be very frustrating. But magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to that match now. All right, jumping forward to the game against Qingdao, we're not going to change anything. We're going to go with the same lineup again. We're also going to go with our attacking instruction, even though we're away from home. I think it's going to serve us better against Qingdao because we haven't done that well previously against them, trying to like hold deeper lines and trying to counter-attack against them. They play like a very similar like kind of Atletico Madrid style where they've got a deep block of their own. I'm going to say we owe Qingdao after what happened in our last match. I'm not sure that result. A good content creator would have told you what that result is, but I've completely forgot. Deep free kick here. Sousa towards backstick. It's been powered home by Gao Maoshi, and first goal of the episode so far, and it's potentially put us into a top 3 finish depending on results elsewhere. Gao Maoshi with a lovely header there. A great ball in from Sousa as well, who's been excellent. Probably our player of the season so far. Deep free kick here from Liang, who will miss the cup final, unfortunately. We'll be playing with our backup right back, which is all right. That's why you got a full squad, but they're on the counter-attack here. We're going to have to be wary. It's played all the way back. Zhang Wei's won it back in a great area. There's a man out there to the left. Instead, he's gone to Wang An, who can finish from wide areas, and he might have actually been clattered there in the box on the way through. This will go to VAR, and we've been given the penalty, so it's going to be Zhuang Qin with a chance to add to his goal tally for the season, and it's saved by the keeper because, of course, it is. Maybe we should have put Unitas on the bench, even though he's not fully fit for a few more weeks. Cleared ball here. Wang An out to Maoshi, the goal scorer. 2 centre-backs there combining at the edge of the area with Hai Tao, and the highlight comes to an end. Deep throw in here, right-hand side. Zhuang Qin with the ball. Liang with the long ball forward. Wei tries to flick it on, but it's not quite there. Going to have to be wary about the counter-attacking threat here. They are still committing bodies forward and going very direct in possession. Campos wins it back. You may recognise his name from games in the lower division as well. Mauricio Sierra's out there, and he's on the ball now on the right-hand side. Mauritius there with him. Cut back towards near post, and Zhang Junqiao, probably butchering that pronunciation, but he's smashed one home near post. First real striking angle that we've seen from Qingdao, and they have got their equalising goal. It's pretty poor tracking there from Vasil in midfield, and maybe both the keeper and he could have done a little bit better protecting that near post. But they've restored parity, 1-1, with about 15 minutes remaining in the half, so we're going to use demand more shout. No further highlights in the first half as it sits 1-1. We've had more of the XG, but you can see we were up to that level very quickly and then really kind of fell off in the second half or second quarter of that game. That penalty miss potentially going to come back and bite us a little bit. I'm going to say you've been unlucky so far. And I'm just going to tell everybody they weren't that bad, but they can still improve. And everyone seems relatively motivated, which is great. We'll give it another 15 minutes and then we're going to have a look at some changes. One eye on that cup final as well, of course. And statistically speaking, Qingdao have come back into it a little bit with the shots and possession here in the second half. And they've got a long ball forward here. We should recover all the way back to Minkun. Ball into midfield. Hao tries to play it out, but it's a poor pass. Press isn't really coming. Sierra's one that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Reverse pass, and he's gotten goal side, wide right area. Pinballs around before we do scramble it away. We might have to make a tactical change here a little bit earlier than intended. Well, we've actually got a wide free kick. How to take towards back post. It's clipped the crossbar, and then they managed to scramble it away. Are they going to come the other direction here now? Mauritius right there with him. Does well to stand him up, actually, and allow us to get some bodies back in defence. But still, Qingdao come forward. Sierra, wide right area. Cut it back towards this penalty spot, and Bai Liang thankfully gets the ball away. We're going to hit pause there. We're going to make some changes. We're going to go to our possession-based style. Let's try and keep the ball. And we're going to make some changes as well. Need to keep Zhang Wei fit for the last game, so we're going to make that same swap as earlier. Souza will go out to the left-hand side, and Chao Ru will come on. Maresh apparently not having a great game. Chao Dong will come on for him. We're pretty much making the same subs that we made last time. I think it's just our left back coming on instead of our right back. But hopefully getting some fresh legs across the park can get us through this one. A draw would still see Qingdao finish in third spot. Depending on other results, we could potentially drop back out, but as things currently stand, it would be enough for a top 4 finish. I've used a demand more shout in there as well. Deep throw in here on the left-hand side. Chao Dong, good switch out there with Minkun. Now Bai Liang. Chin, Vasil, good switch. Mao Yi, one of the subs, has tried a crossfield switch that wasn't quite there, and we've given the ball back to them. And thankfully, an excellent save there from Minkun, really keeping us in the game. We're going to do demand more, and there's a corner immediately. Hao with the ball in. Xiaoru from strike from distance, and Lu Miang, the goalkeeper for Qingdao. Excellent save. Hao here again. Good corner. Was whipped towards the back post, but they do manage to clear it away. Any late shouts that I can do? Can I praise everybody? Liang tries a reverse pass. They've committed 3 men forward, so if we can get the ball, if we cough the ball up, they're going to be in a great position. And just as I've said that, they have gone and found the go-ahead goal in additional time. They just left 3 men forward against our 2 defenders. And again, one of the shortcomings of the match day interface this year, you just don't see when teams make changes unless you forego something else on your display, which is quite frustrating given that you are watching a game. There is a highlight here immediately. So going to be some late drama in this one. Ball forward to Souza. Now Hao. Now Chao Dong loses out. Long ball forward. Miashi should reset for us. Vasil at the base of midfield. Now Hao. Campos. Long one forward. Miashi tries to get a ball in, but we're losing the ball in all sorts of weird areas here at the moment. Yi goes with him. If they get a third one here, that's pretty much game over. Cut back, and they've gotten that third one, so this is quite frustrating. I'm just going to throw a demand more shout out there for no reason at all. Really what we need now is to hope that Beijing and Tianjin have both lost. Otherwise, our Champions League aspirations for this season are going to pretty much disappear on the final day, which would be quite frustrating. Okay, as things stand, we are just I think, sneaking in by way of Beijing having a worse goal difference. I'm going to say I'm not happy with your performance, and they've at least responded positively to that, which is good. You can see Urban in a disappointing collapse. They're apparently pleased with the comeback. And where does that leave us finishing? Okay, so we do qualify for the Champions League just barely by the skin of our teeth. Finished the season with 30 games played, 15 wins, 5 draws, 10 defeats, plus 10 goal difference, and 50 points. 1 single goal ahead of Beijing, though we did do the double against them regular season. That might also be why we are sitting above them. Thankfully, it looks like Tianjin lost their game. So they are not going into this cup final in the best of form. Tactically speaking for us, I'm going to quickly clear out the entire team. I'm going to switch to our possession-based style now so that we're training that throughout the course of the week, but I am going to make use of a rest day. We're going to give everyone a day off just to try and get all of this condition right back up to 100%. But magic of editing, we're going to jump forward to the final now against Tianjin. All right, jumping forward to the cup final, we've got a couple of different things that we've got to kind of work through in this one. And to be honest, I think there were things I was going to try, but I'm immediately kind of regretting them. I want to try and get as stable a lineup out there as possible. So we're going to be without Jiang Lei, who's out for quite a bit. We'll probably leave the club during that period. His contract is up at the end of the season. by Liang, who we saw in the last match. He's suspended for the final. And now Juarez Marais has got a cold and he's out for 1 day, which is very frustrating. So we're going to have both our backup fullbacks in there, which isn't ideal, but I still think we can get a good result. I'll put Unitas on the bench just because it's a cup final. Makes sense. He's out for another 10 days to 3 weeks. Not recommended to be selected. Interestingly, Zhang Wei, who's played the last 2 games that you guys have seen, only recommended for 30 minutes of action, so he's not fully fit either. So we're going in with a pretty threadbare squad, but we have done pretty well against Tianjin throughout the regular season, and they haven't picked up a whole lot of points over the last month or so. So I'm hopeful this squad can potentially deliver us our first piece of silverware in China. If not, I'll be absolutely devastated that we have kind of just rolled to a bit of a halt here in the final games of the season, given that we were in good form coming in. But as we know, anything can happen once you reload a game to try and play some matches. I'm going to say nobody expects us to get a result. Just play down the importance of the fixture. But we will have a look at their lineup here. 3 up front they're going with straight from the off, which is interesting. We did just see in the previous game that 3 up top late on was causing us some issues. We'll see how it goes from the start. We should be able to work 2v1s relatively quickly in this match. First highlight is a throw-in going our way, and Hao's gotten goal side. Can he find the finish though? It's an excellent save from Jiang Yu, the goalkeeper. That was a massive opportunity inside the first minute. Souza here with the corner. It's a poor ball, doesn't beat the first man. Cut back to Vasil. Souza again, can he find the cut back? It's forced out again for a corner. So opening 90 seconds, it's been all us so far, putting them under some pressure, but can we make that pressure count as the highlight comes to an end? Corner the opposite direction, it's cleared away. Demol. Back to Gugon. Back to Demol again. It's a good near post ball, and they found the finish. Offa Amos has gotten the go-ahead goal in the cup final itself. We're going to check this one out in 3 dimensions. You can see Yuan Ji with a good ball in here to Demol. That's the one that hurts us, and then that's a lovely way to pass on the angle. Amos comes out. Min Kun actually got a big chunk of it, but couldn't stop it from going past him at the near post. And a bit disappointing. I think that's one of their centre-backs that's actually scored that goal as well, which is doubly frustrating. Wide free kick, Souza towards back post. Okay, we brought one back. Miaoshi with the goal. Souza with a wonderful assist. 3rd goal of the season for him. I'd say most of them probably come from Souza set pieces. Left foot, curling ball back towards back stick. Miaoshi with a lovely header back in at near post. And we immediately restore parity just to get rid of some of the anxiety. Chow Dang with a ball in. Good recovery in midfield as well from him there as well. He's going to get the chance to do the deep cross. Jiang Yu comes out and claims it though. What's going to happen here is they try and send the ball the other way. Hightail with an excellent header. Now, Chow Lang, crossfield switch was a risky move. Now, Demol comes the other way for Tianjin. Reverse pass here. Overlapping fullback here with Hongbin. They've committed a lot of bodies forward, and they've gone near post and found another go-ahead goal. 22 minutes in. I'm going to go berate because it's very frustrating that we are just letting them kind of walk beyond us in wide positions. And 2 goals from near post. Should be doing better with our marking. It's Hightower's actually gone to ground, and then Wang Hu pretty much just has to side foot that one home into the open goal on the far side. Is there an immediate pullback here from this second kickoff? It doesn't look like there is. Now, 10 minutes remaining in the half. We're going to throw Demand more out there, see if we can't get some sort of response going into the break. If we go down losing at the break, I at least know what our halftime team talk's going to look like. Wide free kick here again. Souza towards back stick. It's flicked on again by Miaoshi. It's the same connection again. Souza with that left-footed free kick, curling back towards the keeper. And Miaoshi, central defender, with a fantastic header back across. Twice he's dragged us back. And it's straight over the top of the keeper. I'd be furious if my keeper had done that. Just kind of like swatted at it a little bit like that. Like he's trying to raise the roof. But 2-2 going into the halftime break. And just as I've said that, they've got a throw in here. Left-hand side. Souza closes it down well. Amos, the goal scorer, looks to recycle at the base of midfield. Gugon. This is where they're going to try and work it. These 2v1s in wide areas. The switch coming side to side is very quick, and Demol's got the goal that time. Again, we are getting cut open at the back, but 3-2 right on the halftime break. Doesn't kill the match, but we will see what sort of magic we can weave at halftime. Demol is their danger player. I think Min Kun could have done better there. He was right there with it. Probably didn't need to dive. Maybe even if he had stood standing, he would have probably got something on that. Dressing room, I'm going to go thrash arms, far from pleased. Tactically, now we're going to go attacking. And I'm not going to worry about changes just yet. We're going to hold off on that portion and give it to the hour mark, and then we'll try and force some changes through to get the most out of the team. Souza, wide free kick to Miaoshi. That might have been the chance for him to get the hat-trick, but just clips the crossbar on its way over. Deep throw in here for Tianjin. Gugon. Now Souza does very well to recover possession, gives it back to Demol in a poor area though. Clearing headers aren't great. Chin can only knock it on to Hongbin. Carvalho, all the time in the world at the back. He picks a poor ball though. We should be able to reset and work it out to the other side. Zhang Wei needed to challenge for that header and didn't. Souza, great first time pass. Reverse pass here to Wang An, who finds the goal. All right, it's an excellent assist there from Zhang Wei. I was critical of him in the build-up, but on the hour, we have just brought it back to 3-3. Tell you what, this season, you guys are seeing a tremendous amount of goals. You've only seen 2 games, but you've seen like 5 games, or 5 games worth of goals, I guess, between 4-4 draws and 3-3 cup finals. Now, would we go through on away goals? That's the question that I'd have to ask at this point. I don't know if it goes to penalties or not. We are going to make some changes though. Condition is a big issue. So Souza's going to go wide up front again. And Zhang Wei is going to come off for Chiao just because he's absolutely wrecked. Maoshi has had a huge game. I don't really want to take him off, to be completely transparent. So what subs can I make? Wang An's been good. Hao's been a bit quiet. We might take him off. Bring on Miao Yi. And then Ling Bin might come on at right wing back for Zhao Lang, who's only on a 6.4. So we don't really want to run too many risks. I'm going to throw out one more demand more shout with 30 minutes remaining. Can we hold on, or can one of our subs try and find a moment of magic and a winner for us? Deep throw in here, left-hand side. Zhao Dong to Wang An, who'd be out on his feet just about. You wanted to come off. Great reverse pass to Souza, who just clips the outside of the far post there. That could have been the chance potentially for us to go ahead first time in the match. Chao Dong, header away is poor. We might recover it here in a good position though. Chin, reverse pass to Xiaoru, and again we've just clipped the outside of the post on its way out. We need one of these chances to try and wriggle its way into the back of the net. I'm going to throw one more demand more shout in the last 10 minutes. They've got a throw in here on the left-hand side. Hongbin skips past the first challenge, gets a ball back stick, and Demol has just powered that header home for his 11th of the season. And 4 times we've fallen behind in this match. 3 times we've dragged him back. Do we have a 4th in us to try and get back in this one? Hongbin just walks past like Chin, like he's not even there. Wang An comes over when he doesn't really need to. And Demol just peels off the shoulder again. He's been a player that's scored against us quite regularly throughout the course of this save. And as we get into extra time, is there any late shout-outs I can use? I've got one more demand more shout. 4 minutes to be added on, which we're through now. What is going to happen here? Full time, 4-3. Do we lose that game? Or do we go through on away goals? I'm just going to say unlucky, you gave it your best over the 2 legs, but that's incredibly frustrating to lose that one on aggregate, and really a disappointing final episode to the season, to be honest. I know we've gotten top 4 in Champions League, and that's fantastic, but quite frustrating that we haven't been able to add the FA Cup final to our trophy cabinet. We haven't got really any trophies in China as yet, but I guess it's good validation that we are making cup finals now. We are finishing in the top 4 spots. Are we not going to get top 4? Is the Champions League spot seems to have disappeared for us there. It's not going to go to Tianjin, is it? That would be devastating. All right, so I don't really know whether we've made the Champions League or not, which is quite frustrating to have the wheels come off so late in an episode and so late in a season, given that we have been excellent all throughout the year. If we hadn't made Champions League, I'll be very, very upset. But, you know, we will pick ourselves back up. We've got another off-season, no matter what, in the Chinese Super League. We're going to not try and apply for any other jobs. We're going to wait and see if people come and offer us interviews. If that does happen, I'll make sure that that is a part of next episode. But we've got a huge off-season to get through, a whole bunch of football to be played, a whole bunch of players that we want to try and bring in as well. If you want to help celebrate maybe Champions League qualification, I'm not entirely sure, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on our future episodes to see what actually happens. But really, more than anything, I just appreciate you guys watching. That's the part that means most to me. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.